In today's episode, I want to speak about a way of dealing with uncertain and challenging situations with seemingly no positive outcome. Hello and welcome to the Successful, Sensitive and Intuitive Entrepreneur podcast. My name is Lydia Sophia Wilmsen and I am an intuitive success mentor for sensitive entrepreneurs. In this podcast, I speak about the challenges sensitive and intuitive entrepreneurs face. I offer you new perspectives and solutions, as well as experiences of other entrepreneurs. Plus, I speak about my personal experience of being a highly sensitive person who has successfully built and scaled 2 businesses. All of that with the goal to make you and your business even more successful in your very unique and authentic way. Have fun and enjoy. So, this might be something global like the pandemic we have still going on in 2020. It might be something in your personal life. It might be something in business. We are always or very often faced by challenges. And some of them can be solved. Some of them we can directly see what the solution is. It's perhaps a little bit uncomfortable. It's perhaps a little bit like out of our comfort zones. However, we know what to do. And sometimes we are facing losses. We are facing challenges which are just beyond. And we have no way of solving them. We have no idea how this is going to turn out. Perhaps we can't even see the light. Perhaps we can't even see a positive outcome. So today I want to speak quickly or a little bit about this and like what you can do, especially when you're facing this huge challenges without a positive outcome or seemingly without a positive outcome. How can you deal with that and how can you keep going basically? Yeah, and I have like 5 or 6 points I wanted to share with you today. And number 1 is that you can always choose if you're getting sucked into fear and live by fear, or if you choose to live in possibility. No matter what you can see, if you can see a positive outcome or not, it is still a choice if you live by fear or by possibility. Why is this so important? Because it creates different scenarios for you. Our thoughts create our feelings create our actions create our results. If you have fearful thoughts, you create a very different response, first emotionally and then also physically in the actions you have. Then when you come from a mind of or thoughts of potentiality and possibility. Whether it's actually possible or not, it doesn't matter. Even in a situation where there is no positive outcome. When you go down into fear, for sure the outcome will be worse. Or the way how you deal with the outcome. It's not only the outcome, the way how you deal with the outcome. So if it's a given that it's going to be a bad outcome, and there is no way of changing that, there is still a difference if you come from a place of inner peace or a place of fear. It will create like long-lasting different results, is like still after the event, the negative event which is happening basically. So you have to understand it's not always about the outcome. There are outcomes you can't change, especially when we speak about losses in whatever way. You can't change that. However, you can come from a fearful state and create like a life of depression and mental health issues and ill health for yourself, or you can change the thoughts you think. You can deal with traumatic events in your life beforehand, like do personal work around that, and change how you then deal with this negative outcome. So it's not only about the challenging situation you're facing now. How you're facing this situation with which state of mind then informs the rest of your life. So this is why it is so important to step out of fear and step into possibility. Whether you can change the thing which is happening right now or not, it's not about that. You have to think bigger. And I don't only mean that you have to dream bigger and stuff like that. No, you have to have a bigger picture of what is happening. If you let yourself being sucked into the drama, into fear, you will create more of that in your whole life. And if you manage and choose to live and experience all your emotions on what is going on and still come from a place of possibility, this will have a very different positive ripple effect in your life and in the lives of your loved ones, by the way. And that means to stay out of draining conversations, especially right now where we had so many issues this year, so many conversations which basically had then just two extreme views. You were either on this side or on the other side. There was so much hate involved. There was so much fear involved. And one very big, important reminder for myself, and I just spoke with my coach or one of my coaches about that, is to not getting sucked into drama, to stay the fuck out of draining conversations, because they don't bring any solutions. They just drain you of your energy and drain you of this amazing energy you could actually use to create positive change in the world, And with that comes the power of no. And choosing yourself first. The power of no, of saying no to situations, saying no to conversations, saying no to yourself sometimes, of, feeling the addiction of going down the rabbit hole. It doesn't help. So the power of no and the power of choosing yourself first to take care of your own energy, of your mental health, of your physical health, and from that being able to lead your life and other people through that from a full cup instead of a depleted cup. Another thing I wanted to mention is to always find the learning and acceptance in every situation. And sometimes this happens afterwards and not in the moment. However, also if you go back and look at your life, find the learning and acceptance of situations, of things that have happened. And this is really about you. Also, if you were in fights with people, if you had falling out with people, it's not about the other person and being angry about the other person. It is always about you. The only person you're really hurting with storing up anger, storing up resentment, storing up repressed trauma, storing up emotions like sadness and not working through them really only hurts yourself. And that means finding the learning in all the horrendous things that have happened to you. This actually builds you into people who then change the world. So many people having lived through the most horrendous crimes and crises. They have, some of my clients, they have endured more than people are capable in a lifetime to endure. And they have endured that just in their childhood. And they have become inspiring people. They worked through that stuff. And they basically accepted and took the learning from it and are now changing lives of other people in the millions. So crisis formed them. It's not that it was good what happened. However, what has happened has happened. And why didn't it happen any other way? Because it didn't. One of the mentors I follow says, it has happened the way it has happened. And you can, in order to take out the emotions which are still stored in you, is to accept that it has happened to you and what learnings you can take from that. So find the learning in whatever is happening with no positive outcome. Find the learning and accept what is. Being in resistance just makes it stronger, makes the negative feelings stronger because you are holding on to them. Yeah, and again, don't get sucked into drama, especially of other people. Don't get sucked into your own drama. Don't get freaking sucked into the drama of other people. If they choose to live their lives in drama, it's their choice. And if you constantly look out for drama as well, you have to see where your life is not interesting enough so that you choose drama or what you are covering up in order to live. Why are you choosing drama? What are you covering up? Or what is not interesting enough in your life? Are some questions you can ask yourself. And there is obviously more to it. And very important, work on your own mind, on your own energy, on your own body. Always. take care of those entities, so to say. Release all trauma. It is very, very important because especially in challenges, you are being triggered. Old trauma is being triggered. And if it's not released, if you haven't worked through it, those old stirred up emotions will be triggered. And the less there is to trigger, the easier you can live through challenges because challenges are a part of life. And last but not least, there is always the spiritual realm. Sometimes we just don't have answers. And for me, it is helpful to say, okay, at some point, my soul chose to incarnate on this time in this specific place here on planet Earth, and I'm living that experience now. So sometimes this spiritual realm or going into this spiritual realm does help me. This might not be a solution for you. I'm just sharing what is helping me. And first and foremost, don't get freaking sucked into fear. Live from a place of possibility instead. And that also means to stop creating fearful future situations. Very often we don't even know what is going to happen, and we are just creating the most horrendous scenarios in our minds. Stop doing that. Once that scenario is showing up, you can then see how to deal with that scenario. Stop creating that and using your brain power and your energy in those scenarios which are not even a reality right now. This has been a big learning for me this year. And remember, we don't know the solution looking from here at there. That means, again, stop being sucked into fear, live in possibility, do all the other stuff I recommend in all my podcast episodes, work on your mind, work on your soul and on your energy levels, and start creating from a healthier place. And then you can create solutions you couldn't even think of now in this rather unhealed place you're looking at or you're looking from. So just to summarize some of the things I mentioned, stay out of draining conversations. Use the power of no to say no to things you don't want anymore, to conversations you don't want anymore, to being sucked into scenarios you don't want anymore. Find the learning and acceptance in every situation and in past situations, obviously. Don't get sucked into drama of your own drama or of other people. And do the work on yourself, on your mind, your energy, and on your body. The more you have worked through, the less triggers are there to really draw you down or let you go into like spiraling down. And if nothing helps, there is always the spiritual realm that helps me to get grounded, that helps me to accept whatever is and get back into a place of possibility where I can actually create, get into a better mind space, because as I mentioned before, when I create from fear, the results I create from fear are very different than the results I create from possibility. Because very different emotions are attached to that. And yeah, there is so much more power in possibility than there lies in fear. So this is my short episode today. I hope you have an amazing pre-Christmas time and then Christmas time with your loved ones. I send you so much love. If you have any questions, if you want to inquire about one-to-one mentoring spots becoming available in January next year, 2021, reach out to me, send me a message either on social media or via the link in the show notes, and then we can talk about it. Much love to you, and until the next episode. Did you like this podcast episode? Then I would be super grateful if you gave me a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Super helpful. And please subscribe to the podcast and share it with people who you know can benefit from it. You can find all links to my social media profiles, my website, and contact form in the show notes. And whenever you're ready to take a next step, and that means you want to live a life of more on all levels, then send me a message with where you want to go and what is keeping you where you are, like what keeps you stuck at the moment. And then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for listening, and until the next episode, much love to you, Lydia.